Health and welfare is an important consideration in any sheep production system, particularly with the social, environmental and economic challenges of livestock production. Health and welfare traits assist in raising healthy sheep that meet our long-term sustainability needs. WEC, or worm egg count, is expressed as a percentage and is reported at weaning, or WWEC, at post-weaning, or PWEC, at yearling, or YWEC, and at hogget, or HWEC. A ram with a more negative worm egg count will produce progeny that on average have a lower percentage of worm eggs, meaning a greater resistance to worm burdens. This is an ASBV where a negative value is more desirable. In our example, the ASBV for this ram's post-weaning worm egg count is negative 20%. Since only half his genetics will be passed on to progeny, it's estimated his progeny will have 10% less worm egg count compared to a ram with an ASBV of 0. Lambing ease has two traits. LE-DIR is lambing ease direct, and LE-DTR is lambing ease daughters. Both traits are reported as a percentage. Lambing ease direct refers to the ability of the sire's lambs to be born unassisted. Lambing ease daughters refers to the ability of the sire's daughters to lamb without assistance. A ram with a higher or more positive value will produce progeny or daughters with fewer difficult births. A ram with a lambing ease direct of 5% would be expected on average to produce 2.5% fewer difficult lambings compared to a ram with an ASBV of 0. A ram with a lambing ease daughters of 4% would be expected on average to produce daughters that have 2% less lambing problems compared to a ram with an ASBV of 0. Visual health traits are measured at either early or late age stages and scored on a 1 to 5 scale, with 1 being more desirable. A more negative ASBV is wanted for these traits. EBCOV is early breech cover and refers to the amount of natural bare skin around the perineum and breech area. The lower the breech cover, the lower the risk of fly strike. A ram with an early breech cover of negative 1.0 will on average produce progeny that are negative 0.5 scores bearer around the breech compared to a ram with an ASBV of 0. EBWR is early breech wrinkle and refers to the degree of wrinkle in the breech area. The lower the breech wrinkle, the lower the risk of fly strike. A ram with an early breech wrinkle of negative 0.5 score will produce progeny that have negative 0.25 score less breech wrinkle compared to a ram with an ASBV of 0. LDAG, or late dag, refers to the amount of fecal material adhering to the breech area. A higher DAG score is associated with a higher fly strike risk. A ram with a late DAG of negative 0.2 score will produce progeny that have negative 0.1 less DAG than a ram with an ASBV of 0. Pole horn status of merinos is an important health trait to prevent injury and pole strike, and is determined using a DNA test of the animal. Pole horn status is reported as PP for double copy of the pole gene, PH for single copy of the pole gene, and HH for double copy of the horn gene. A ram with a PP genotype will almost always produce a greater number of pole progeny compared to a ram with a PH genotype. Similarly, a ram with a PH genotype will produce more pole progeny than an HH genotype. By using the health and welfare ASBV traits in your ram selection decisions, you can significantly improve your flock's performance and profits for many generations to come.